So to use the area model to show 1/2 times 1/3, 1 and 1/2 times 1 and 1/3, excuse me, we need to again consider our idea about area is base times height. So I need to draw a base that shows 1 1/2. To do that, I'll measure out my 1. And since I'm doing more than 1, I need to actually do 2 so I can draw 1/2 correctly. So if that's 1 right there, and that's 2, I would then mark some halves here. So now I know where 1 1/2 is. Get our height. Don't quite have enough room. Slide this down a little bit. G there. So our height, this is 1 here, 2 up here. Extend this line. And I need to show thirds to get my 1 1/3. So there's 1, there's 2, third looks like about there. Here-ish, should be just a tiny bit higher. So that's going to be my 1 1/3 there. So the region I'm identifying is this tall, this wide. So that's my answer right there. What is that answer? So shade it in. Mostly, oops, outside the line, sorry. There's my best shading today. What part of a hole is that? Well, what does a hole look like? A hole is 1 by 1. So I can definitely see it's more than a hole. Well, how much more? To figure that out, what I recommend is we continue to cut our halves and thirds. So I'm going to draw halves up some more, and thirds through. I'm just going to re-highlight what one hole is here. This. So to get my answer, my grid here has 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So I have 12 pieces altogether. Fraction is a part of a whole. In a whole, there are 2 by 3 or 6 pieces in a whole. So a whole has 6 pieces. I have 3 by 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 6. 6 goes into 12 2 times. So 1 1/2 times 1 1/3 happens to be 2 altogether. Now, it's not obvious that that should be the case when you look at those two numbers right there, unless you rewrite those as mixed numbers as improper. So 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So that would be 3 halves. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. And that would be 4 thirds. And think about it that way, multiplying, we get, again, that 12, 6, which is 2. So why do we get to do that multiplication across like that? Well, the reason is we have to do a base times a height, and that base has to have halves and thirds give us 6. Why did I end up with 12 pieces altogether? Well, 1 1/3 has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. 1 1/2 is made up of 1, 2, 3 chunks, and 4 chunks by 3 chunks is always going to be 12 chunks. What Out of those chunks, they are 6. So that is the area model, how to come up with the product based on that.